Jungkook reportedly hesitates to sign new contract with BIGHIT. Is this the end of an era or a new beginning? What's really going on behind closed doors at HYBE headquarters? Why is Jungkook, the golden maknae of BTS, suddenly hesitating to sign a new contract just weeks before completing his military service? Is this a shocking twist in the future of BTS, or simply a personal turning point for the idol we've loved for over a decade? The K-pop world was sent into a frenzy after multiple insider reports hinted that Jeon Jungkook has yet to finalize or sign any official extension or exclusive agreement with BIGHIT Music, his agency of 11 years. Even though he's set to complete his mandatory military service within the next month, while no official statement has been released by HYBE or Jungkook himself, the silence is speaking volumes. According to sources close to industry insiders, Jungkook has expressed serious concerns about his direction as an artist, the pace of post-military activities, and possible overexposure immediately following discharge. Jungkook is not in a rush, one anonymous insider told Korean media. He's been very focused on personal growth during his enlistment. His silence doesn't mean rebellion, it means reflection. But fans are wondering, is this really just reflection, or is it the beginning of a deeper rift? A battle of timing and vision. Reports claim that BIGHIT has been planning a massive solo project for Jungkook in late 2025, with global tour dates, brand collaborations, and even a Netflix documentary in early discussions. But those close to Jungkook say he may not be mentally prepared for such an overwhelming return. The issue? The timing. BIGHIT wants momentum. Jungkook wants peace, wrote a prominent K-pop blogger. This could become one of the biggest artist agency standoffs we've seen in years. What's more, Jungkook's contract discussions reportedly stalled when BIGHIT allegedly pushed for a multi-year extension, including exclusive global promotional obligations. Jimin, the silent witness in a surprising twist. Fans noticed that Park Jimin, currently still serving in the military, was reportedly allowed brief leave last month and was spotted in a private HYBE building. Could he have been present during closed-door discussions involving Jungkook's contract? Though nothing is confirmed, Jimin's presence has fueled more speculation. Was he there as support? As a mediator? Or is BIGHIT bringing trusted members together to stabilize the situation? Jimin and Jungkook have always had a deep bond. One fan tweeted, "If Jimin is involved, it must be serious." Is Jungkook planning a break? Or a big surprise? One of the biggest questions fans are now asking, will Jungkook take a break from the industry after his discharge? Or is this silence a masterful setup for something far bigger than anyone expects? The possibilities are endless. Some netizens have theorized that Jungkook is preparing for a self-produced indie album with no ties to BIGHIT, a temporary retreat from the public eye to travel and reset mentally, a move toward directing or choreography rather than performance, a quiet return with BTS, but only if he's granted full creative control. Others think this is a power move. Jungkook has become so influential that even HYBE must tread carefully when negotiating with him. The emotional weight of 11 years Jungkook debuted with BTS at just 15 years old. He grew up under the public eye, shaped by the K-pop system and groomed by the machine that is HYBE. Fans know how much he loves his members, but also recognize how much he's evolved as an individual artist. He's not the same kid who debuted in 2013, says a longtime fan. He's grown into a man with his own identity. That identity might not fit inside BIGHIT's standard formula anymore. What's next? The clock is ticking with his discharge scheduled in just under 30 days. The countdown has begun, not just to his return, but possibly to one of the most pivotal decisions of his career. Will he re-sign with BIGHIT and embrace the vision they've crafted for him? Will he ask for more autonomy, more freedom, more space? Or will he walk away entirely, shocking the world just as quietly as he served? Is this Jungkook's first step toward total independence? As whispers of Jungkook's hesitancy ripple through the K-pop world, one possibility becomes more real with each passing day. Jungkook may be preparing to stand entirely on his own. For the first time in over a decade, he's at a crossroads between loyalty and liberation. If he chooses to part ways with BIGHIT, what happens to BTS? What happens to the global empire they've built together? Fans across the world are torn, some pleading for him to stay, others encouraging him to follow his heart. He deserves the freedom to choose his path. A fan from Brazil posted on X, formerly Twitter. Whether that's with BTS or alone, we'll support him. Always. And yet, the silence from HYBE remains deafening. The shadow of BTS and the pressure to be perfect no idol in recent memory has carried a heavier crown than Jungkook. Dubbed the Golden Maknae, he's not only a vocalist, dancer, and producer, but a global icon with unreal expectations placed upon him. The military gave him space,
Time.
distance, and in that space, did he finally begin to question the structure that shaped him? The industry, the contracts, the rules, the brand obligations, the pressure to perform, to smile, to succeed flawlessly, endlessly. I think the military changed him, says a former HYBE staffer anonymously. Not in a negative way. In a freeing way. He's no longer afraid to ask, what do I want? And what if what he wants isn't what BIGHIT had planned? Meanwhile, Jimin shines bright, but quietly watches as Jungkook navigates the weight of his decision. Park Jimin is now quietly becoming the center of attention for all the right reasons. Just a few weeks ago, he received a military commendation, praised by his superiors, and even rumored to be involved in internal leadership training. Jimin's consistent character, discipline, and humility have made him a model soldier, according to Republic of Korea Army officials. He's someone everyone respects, one commanding officer shared. But behind the scenes, he remains Jungkook's confidant. Observers say the two remain in close contact through official military channels, and that Jimin's steady rise may be influencing Jungkook's desire to carve a new identity. It's no longer a surprise to anyone. Where there's Jungkook, there's Jimin. Their bond isn't just friendship, it's brotherhood. But could Jimin's military success also be causing Jungkook to question the post-service pressure waiting for him? Fans are divided. We support you, but what's happening? Social media has exploded in the last 48 hours. Army fan forums are on fire. Some headlines read, Jungkook's countdown to discharge. Why isn't he confirmed yet with BIGHIT? Inside Jungkook's battle for freedom. Will he become the first BTS member to go solo? For real? Jimin excels in military while Jungkook stays silent. What's the real story? In online polls across South Korea, over 68% of fans say they would support Jungkook if he chose to part ways with BIGHIT, but more than 40% also fear it could impact BTS's future group dynamic. BTS was built on unity, said one K-media analyst. If one goes his own way, especially someone as central as Jungkook, it could fracture the brand, publicly or internally. The silence is strategic, or is it dangerous? The longer Jungkook remains silent, the louder the speculation grows in K-pop. Silence often precedes scandals or announcements. HYBE has remained tightly controlled in their response, only offering generic statements like, "We ask for your continued support as our artists prepare to return." But in K-pop, timing is everything. And with just under 30 days before his official discharge, fans and media alike are bracing for a breaking update that could reshape everything we thought we knew about BTS's next chapter. Will Jungkook sign? Will he delay? Or will he walk away? Final countdown. Is this the end or a rebirth? The countdown is real. The tension is mounting. The emotions are RAW. In less than a month, Jeon Jungkook will walk out of military service as a free man. But what kind of man will he be? Will he walk straight into a recording booth? Or into a private jet to escape the noise? Will he post a heartfelt letter to fans? Or stay silent for months more, as ARMY holds its collective breath? Only one thing is certain. Jungkook's next move will define the next era of K-pop history, and this time, he's not just the golden maknae, he's a man with choices. And the whole world is watching. Every soldier counts down the days to discharge. But for Jeon Jungkook, the world is counting with him, and so is an entire industry that built itself around his image, voice, and perfection. But what if he doesn't return to the machine that built him? What if, in the quiet halls of military solitude, he's discovered something more powerful than fame, clarity? Sometimes being away from everything shows you what matters. One anonymous military source commented, "He's different now. Not in a bad way, in a free way." While fans have celebrated Jungkook's growth, physique, and discipline during service, few know the weight of what he's actually thinking. Did he already make his decision months ago, quietly, without cameras, without headlines? And what will Jimin say if Jungkook steps away? Jimin's heartfelt letter leaks online, a hidden message to Jungkook. Earlier this week, a handwritten letter from Jimin reportedly addressed to fellow soldiers went viral, though many fans believe it contained a subtle, hidden message for Jungkook. We rise together, and sometimes we walk alone. But the bond we carry can't be broken, even in silence. The letter reads, "Was this simply a reflection of camaraderie? Or is Jimin speaking to someone deeper, someone he's walked beside since their teenage years?" The fandom has erupted into theories. Some say Jimin is preparing a solo return to support BTS's momentum. Others believe he's bracing for Jungkook's absence and doing what he does best, protecting the heart of the group quietly, emotionally, respectfully, behind closed doors. HYBE's tense internal meetings. Multiple media outlets in Seoul have reported that executives at HYBE labels have been holding escalated strategy sessions over the last 2 weeks concerning BTS's military discharges and individual creative freedom post-service. According to a source inside HYBE's creative division, there's been uncertainty surrounding Jungkook's final decision, and some within the company fear a seismic shift if he opts for a solo management route or no formal affiliation at all. No one wants to be the one who loses Jungkook, one insider shared. But no one knows how to hold him if his heart is elsewhere. That statement alone has turned the fandom on fire. Fans demand clarity. Is the golden maknae leaving the nest? With over 1.2 million tweets in under 48 hours under the hashtag whatever you choose JK, the ARMY community has now launched a full-blown online campaign to show unconditional support for Jungkook, no matter where he goes next. From Tokyo to Texas, fans are organizing streaming events, tribute videos, and letter drives. But even amid the love, there's unease, because if he leaves BIGHIT, it's not just about a career shift. It's about the future of BTS as we know it. Would the group still reunite? Would solo tours be affected? Would group albums even be possible? We're not just worried for the business, one longtime ARMY fan page admin said. We're worried about their bond. We felt it all these years. We just want them to stay okay. An emotional scene. Jungkook's final ceremony could be unlike anything we've seen. Military insiders say that Jungkook's discharge ceremony, likely to take place next month, is already being discussed at the highest levels. Due to his global status and rumored decision to step away from BIGHIT, the farewell could be both celebratory and sorrowful, a bittersweet event marking the end of an era. What if he doesn't give a speech? What if Jimin attends? Silently, tearfully, supportively, sources suggest that members of BTS are coordinating personal schedules to reunite with him at his discharge, but none have confirmed attendance publicly. It's a moment they all know matters, says a senior military official, not just to the media, but to each other. Is this the end of one story and the beginning of Jungkook's? No one can deny what Jungkook has accomplished. Global chart toppers, sold-out arenas, billions of streams, a voice that stopped time, a presence that changed the industry. But maybe now, in his quietest moment yet, he's ready to tell a story that isn't written by a label. Maybe he's ready to own his narrative and whatever comes next. And Jimin, he'll be watching, supporting, maybe even helping him find the courage to take that leap. The next chapter isn't about leaving BTS. It's about whether Jungkook will finally choose himself for the first time in a very long time.